Hello everybody, today it's Holocaust Remembrance Day, Yom HaShoah, and I want to share with you a thought. We speak a lot about the horrors that the Jewish people went through during the Holocaust, but something that we don't touch upon enough, I don't think, is the greatness of these people. The first thing I would say is the term Holocaust survivor doesn't really do justice to these people. Both those who died, the martyrs of the Jewish people, but those that survived as well, they're not just survivors, they are Holocaust heroes for what they went through and the fact that they managed to rebuild their lives. The thing we, I think, underestimate, perhaps because we're so close still to the event, is just how great this generation of Jews were and are for those who are still alive. They surpass a level of greatness that no previous Jewish generation has ever reached before, quite frankly. And I will qualify that statement. In previous generations, let's say going back to Christian Europe, the Spanish Inquisition, there, the anti-Semitism that existed, the Jews were faced with a choice. They were told, convert to Christianity or we'll kill you. We'll slowly torture you until eventually either you change your mind or we'll just kill you. So the Jews there, they had a choice. They could choose, look, I don't want to convert to Christianity, but I'll do it to save my life. And even for those who chose to martyr themselves, it was their choice. I'm choosing to do this. And that's the same even if you go back all the way to the times of Rabbi Akiva, where he was burnt at the stake by the Romans, but it was his choice. Maybe you could say on a deep fundamental level he had no choice in his soul, but on a basic level it was his choice to teach Torah, which the punishment for that was he would be killed. They weren't allowed to do it. And so on some level he had a choice to say, no, I'm going to do this. And he knew why he was being killed. It was for that decision. In the case of the Jews during the Holocaust, they had no choice in the matter. Zero choice. The Nazis say, we're going to kill you just for being a Jew. Well, okay, well, fine. You win. You're the big Übermensch Nazi. I'm the Schlemazel Jew. Fine. Okay, now I'll do what you want. What do you want me to do to stop you killing me? Can I do anything? No. Can I convert to not be a Jew anymore? No. Sorry. You are a Jew and that's it. So they had no choice in the matter, no even sense of, well, I'm choosing this. Even if you go back to the times of the Torah, the Bible, Abraham, when he's told to sacrifice his son Isaac, God told him to do this. He had some sense of clarity of what's going on, what's being asked of him. Here, the Holocaust generation, God had totally hidden his face. They have no idea what's happening and no sense of why it's going on and no sense of agency. You are going to die simply for being a Jew, and you have no choice in the matter. Now, the question that might have occurred in previous generations that one might ask is those martyrs like a Rabbi Akiva or like those who martyred themselves out of a choice to remain true to their identity in the times of medieval Christian Europe and the Spanish Inquisition. The question you could ask there is, okay, they chose to martyr themselves, but maybe a part of them might have resented the fact that they had to go through this. They'll choose to stand up for it, but they resent it. The only question that you could ask on that regard when it comes to the Holocaust generation is not, will you choose to die for being Jewish? You have no choice. The only question here is, did they resent it at all? Do they resent their Jewishness? And what makes this generation the greatest generation in Jewish history is that, yes, there are all kinds of different questions of how they felt about, God and whether they're angry at him. And usually they found if you came in religious, you stayed religious. If you came in secular, you stayed secular. That's all one matter. But the question of, did they resent their Jewishness? Think about the stories that you hear. Do you ever hear any Holocaust stories, people that were either killed or survived, where they or their kids said to their parents, why are we Jews? I hate being Jewish. Can we stop being Jewish? You don't hear that. They hate what's happening to them. They might have to hide the fact that they're Jewish. But have you ever heard of any people, stories of those who were killed or from survivors, where they resent and they hate their Jewishness? You don't hear it. They might have to hide it for pragmatic reasons, but they're proud. Despite that, despite the horror, the hell that they faced for being Jewish, they're proud to be Jews. This is amazing. This is a phenomenon we've never seen before. That level of commitment to their identity, to their Jewish pride. We don't think about this enough. We don't appreciate just how great they are. But as I say, perhaps it's because we're so close to the event. This is the greatest generation. And so, if in their generation they had to face the question of how are you going to feel about your Jewishness when it's staring you in the face and it's going to cost you your life, the question of our generation is, can we face our Jewishness in the face, stare it in the eye, but not die for it, choose to live for it? That's our question. And we're standing on the shoulders of giants. We're standing on the shoulders of martyrs, and we're standing on the shoulders of people who were able to cling to their Jewishness. In some cases, to walk into the gas chambers singing Jewish songs of faith and conviction and belief. If we can just take a bit of that and apply that into our own lives and our own Jewishness, then that would surely be a fitting tribute to their memory and their legacy. And that's the other thing as well. The Nazis didn't discriminate against Reform Jew, secular Jew, religious Jew, Haredi Jew, modern Orthodox. They didn't care. A Jew is a Jew is a Jew. And that's actually the only real question. That's the thing they were really faced with in a very negative way, in the sense of you're going to be killed for it. They all realised we are all one people. The thing that binds us together, the thing that stared them in the face was their Jewishness, nothing else. And therefore, from our perspective, when it's not about facing our Jewishness in death, but facing our Jewishness in life, we've got to try and face our Jewishness in the sense that that's the only identity that really counts. Not dividing ourselves up into more subcategories. There's no such thing, there's no such creature as a Haredi Jew, a Shomer Shabbat Jew, that can be something you might do, or some particular outlook you might have, but it's really just a detail. It's like, yeah, this is something I do. I keep that. I have this outlook, and I wear Nike trainers or sneakers, whatever you call it. We got to be very careful about that. The thing that, and this often happens when people go on trips to Poland, the thing that really stares them in the face and they really come to terms with and just become so aware of is that their Jewishness and how essential that is to us and what unites all of us. And that's what they had to face in death. So we should face that, but instead use and seize the opportunity we have to live it. I'm Ollie. Thanks for watching.